Alright, everybody, I'm back. Couldn't figure out how to... Well, I figured it out, but, you know, it'd make me restart the level, and I really didn't want to restart the level. But, you know, I figured out, you know, a few of the other... oops. Reload. There we go. Reviewing some of the videos, I was a bit quiet.
You ready?
So I think I shouldn't be as quiet now. The game might be quieter.
Come on.
But we'll see. There we go. That's how I do things, I guess. Again, it's been a while. But it's alright. My memory is faded. That means I will be shocked and drastically.
Be careful.
When am I not?
Got a trick question?
I forgot to set my timer. Shocked and drastically changed by what's going on. And another thing I like about this game is, you know, about the destruction. They did a lot of work on making things seem old and, you know, screwed up. And you mean there is a bit of shiny stuff. Oh, big yawns. I apologize. I did not mean to have the biggest of yawns there. Oh, only 4 bullets. That's not good. And what is this? Oh, door. But you know, and also the pseudo kind of free roam as well. Like, you know, they could have just made it a linear path going, hey, you have to go out that door that says the exit. But, you know, you don't have to. You can go over here and check out what's over here, even though there's something over here, and you just, but, you know, get caught up in scenery. Now let's talk about the wall textures. Now there's a lot of wall textures that I've seen where it's really just a flat JPEG almost onto a wall, and from a distance, you know, the way they have the shadows on the flat JPEG, you know, it looks three-dimensional. But they seem to put a little bit more work on it, where the wall textures is a bit, you know, it's still a flat JPEG, but there's a slight 3D stuff to it. You know, for example, like from a distance here, especially with the contrasting of this other wall texture and of the hanging bricks and foliage, you know, it creates a depth of field to the area that you're looking at. You know, kind of like this as well. You know, and ever-changing, you know, grime and stuff. It's on all the things. Everything, you know, even a game as old as this, you know, seems hand-painted and just really a lot of attention to detail. You know, the slight chirpings of the birds. And
Where's the ladder?
Well, it's got to be around here somewhere.
where's the ladder? And, you know, the somewhat swaying of the leaves. They could have added, yeah, a little sway of the leaves, and it's immersive. It gets you into
Try over there.
the environment. Where was the... I understand. I know where the ladder is. Okay. I'm
Got it.
caught up into
Great,
the
bring it over.
environmentals. You know, and, you know, you can see, you know, locked up doors and stuff like that. Oh my god! I am so sorry. Oh, knocked up doors and other stuff. You know, giving things like a story.
Ladies
Like
first.
every area seems to have a
Lady.
story
You must be thinking of someone
to
else.
it, and it was something
That's all relative.
on a
way.
DIY video that I'm going to be doing here soon on something that I like to make is our little rundown cities. I like the aspect of a post-apocalyptic city and the way it looks, especially from like a distance and afar. And one of the things I like to think of, when I'm making this stuff, there's my flashlight. Oh man, I forgot that noise. If you can, the flashlight noise comes from my remote. But one of the things I like to think of when I'm making things like that is, what's the story of the area? Like right here, there's a story. Kids are, painting on the wall. People are leaving their names and their marks so they don't, you know, feel forgotten. But you always have those cynicals that are like, shoot first, and you know, shut the fuck up, asshole. They're just not. They're mean and happy where everybody else is trying to stay. Positive, or other people are trying to stay positive, and others can't stay positive. And don't head south. And there's just, it makes the area seem livable. Like, we don't know if anybody lived here now, but it seems like no one has actually lived here for the past 10 years. And Last of Us kind of blows by, 20 years pretty quickly, almost at a time. We don't know how old Ellie is in the second one. We're assuming that, she's somewhere maybe around 21, 22, a few years later, but, years may seem to go by fast now because we have a lot of things, to keep us going throughout the day, but in something like this, years are, slow, and a lot of stuff happens
Look, once we get our merchandise
within
back,
a year.
it should be easy to unload.
Well, speaking of merchandise, when's
Yeah.
that next shipment due?
Well, we're meeting Bill next month. More pills, lots of ammo. Supposedly.
Emily always shows up with something. She'll keep
And
us busy for a while.
my cat's going wild over there. I have one cat enjoying the game with me, and
Hold up.
another cat
Spores.
is going wild. Now there is a plot hole about this is, the spores are seeable, but in reality, mushroom spores can really spread. And if this is a fungus, just like any mushroom or any other fungus, you really wouldn't, notice. And so, my thing is, to be turned by the spores, you need, be hit by a lot of them.
There's our culprit.
Or, like a lot of them all at once. Or is everybody kind of like slightly infected by some spores, or can the body like fight away, the smaller infection by other spores? Because it seems that,
Damn ceiling's falling apart.
they said the world that you can only turn if you get bit, or if you're in a heavily spored area.
Watch it.
Help me. My mask broke. Don't leave me to turn. Please.
What do you want to do?
This is, one of the first things you want to, like, save that one bullet, or, kind of blow that guy's head off. And I don't really care too much, so I'm just gonna blow his head off, even though I only have 3 bullets. But, they give you give you two back here pretty quickly. So, but yeah, no, just a pseudo kind of free roam here. You know, you just kind of only want to go through your environments and collect as much, you know, of, you know, the things that you think you might need. You know, so you can get through the game. But you know, like I said, you also want to see the story that, you know, this environment gives you. And tells you. And I am flipped up, turned right upside down. I am totally lost. Well, you know, since I'm lost and I forgot to reset my thing, I'll stop it right here. Alright, everybody, that's part 3 of Uncle Grizzly Plays Last of Us. You just like what's going on here. This is just mostly, you know, game design talking and what I want in the newer one. So, it's not really too much of a playthrough, but you know, we'll probably have newer playthroughs of newer games, especially The Last of Us Part 2. So, if you like what you see here, please like and subscribe, and we'll keep doing more contentio for everybody. Alright, thank you, and you have a good night. Uncle Grizzly out.